Hi everyone, Dave again. I'm going to continue my story with Abbott. During our training period, there were lots of things that happened that taught me that I could trust Abbott. And those lessons of trust with Abbott were very profound lessons about faith and placing your trust in God. And the one that spoke to me most was the one I'm going to tell you now, which will be today's reflection. I am totally night blind. The useful little bit of vision that I have sometimes during the day is never there in the dark. Lynn, my trainer, knew this, so she planned to take me to the middle of this field at midnight on a December night. There's no street lights. It's pitch black. We're in the middle of this field. Abbott is black. As we walk to the middle of the field with Abbott in harness, when I look down, I can't even see him. It's that dark. When we get to the center of the field, Lynn comes up with the idea of letting Abbott have a free run. Now, part of this training is that when you will not receive your guide dog until you get to the point where you can free run that dog and know that when you blow his whistle to recall him, he will come back. So, in the middle of this field, it's midnight. It's actually about 10 past midnight now. It's starting to rain. It's December. It's only a week till Christmas. It's bitterly cold. And this fool Lynn thinks it's a good idea to be in this field in the dark with someone who can't see. And then to take that guide dog and let him go. I mean, what could go wrong? I was terrified. I was imagining, okay, this was not a real situation in the sense that Lynn was with me. But I was imagining it was a real situation, and I was thinking to myself, if I was in the middle of a field at midnight and that dog doesn't come back, how do I get home? I'm screwed. So I was really anxious. I did not want to do it. But if you ever met Lynn, you would know that you don't argue. So she said, make him sit. So I made him sit, took off his harness, unclipped his lead, and told him, go. And I don't know if you've ever been to a race course and listened to that sound as the horses go past. And it fades into the distance. That was the sound of Abbott taking off into the dark. And to be quite frank, I stood in the middle of that field thinking, oh, shit. Now, guide dogs are fed to the whistle. The idea is when they hear the sound of the whistle, they associate that with food. So that helps when it comes to recall. So within seconds, I've put my hand in my pocket, pulled out my key ring with his whistle on it, and I'm about to blow this whistle, and Lynn says, don't you dare. And I'm thinking, but the longer he's away, the less likely he is to come back. And I want to blow that whistle straight away. Lynn says, no. And she made me wait for what seemed like an hour. It was probably about 5 minutes, but it felt awful. My heart was pounding. I was really, really scared. Eventually she said, go on, recall him. So I blew the whistle. And for a few minutes, well, a few seconds, nothing happened. And I'm thinking, there you go. He's gone. He's not coming back. He's probably got through a gap in the fence and he's away. Then, like I said earlier, that sound like the races, the other way, it starts very gently. And it builds up really loud. Then suddenly it stopped. And I thought, shit, again, what's happened now? And what had happened was, about 12 feet out from me, Abbott had decided that he was going to take a dive at me. So the silence was him flying through the air. All of a sudden, this cold, wet, black nose hit me smack right in the middle of the forehead, pushed me over. I'm now lying in the middle of this field in the rain with 40 kilos of wet black Labrador licking my face, wagging his tail like a demented helicopter. But again, it was one of those moments where I looked to the sky and said, okay, God, I get it. And it wasn't just about Abbott. It was this, I'd made the decision that I was going to embrace my blindness, and I was handing it over to God and saying, look, this is not what I would choose. It's not what I want. But do what you like. And I tell people now that every day, when I put Jarvis's harness on, Abbott's harness prior to that, the next dog's harness on, when I put my guide dog into harness and leave the house, I'm hurling myself into the unknown, trusting in the one that loves me to keep me safe. That has become my definition of faith. That is what we do every day when we get up and say our morning prayer. We're saying to God, look, God, I don't know what's happening today, but I trust you. I know that you love me. And that's enough for me.